strength, the number of people in a team, army, etc. June. Something very bad that is going to happen, or the fact that it is going to happen. Weird. Very strange and unusual, and difficult to understand or explain. Decrees. An order by the court to end a civil case when the accused person or company admits that the complaint against them is correct and agrees to a particular course of action. Karma. The belief that all the good and bad things that you do in this life affect how good or bad your future lives will be. According to the Hindu and Buddhist religions. Portion. Dowry. Property and money that a woman gives to her husband when they marry in some societies. Portion. Dowry. Portion. A portion. To decide how something should be shared among various people. Distribute to share things among a group of people, especially in a planned way. Synonyms. Give out. Distribute to supply goods to shops and companies so that they can sell them. Distribute to spread something over a large area. Divide. If something divides, or if you divide it, it separates into two or more parts. Divide. To keep two areas separate from each other. Portion. Impart. To give a particular quality to something. Impart. To give information, knowledge, wisdom, etc. to someone. Portion. Portion. Dower. Endow. To give a college, hospital, etc. a large sum of money that provides it with an income. Endow. Endow somebody something with something. Predestination. The belief that God has decided everything that will happen and that people cannot change this belief. Determining tendency. Luck, good things that happen to you by chance. Luck, bad luck. Luck when good or bad things happen to people by chance. Onset. The onset of something something. Beginning. The start or first part of an event, story, period of time, etc. Commencement. The beginning of something. Commencement. A ceremony at which university, college, or high school students receive their diplomas. Synonyms. Graduation. Outset. Threshold. The entrance to a room or building, or the area of floor or ground at the entrance. Threshold. The level at which something starts to happen or have an effect. Threshold. At the beginning of a new and important event or development. Synonyms. Brink. Introduction, the act of bringing something into use for the first time. Introduction, the act of bringing something somewhere for the first time. Introduction, the act of formally telling two people each other's names when they first meet. Introduction, a written or spoken explanation at the beginning of a book, speech, etc. Introduction, a short part at the beginning of a song or piece of music. Introduction, something that explains the basic facts of a subject. Introduction, someone's first experience of something. Introduction, a letter by someone else that explains who you are, which you can give to a person you have not met before. Onset. Storm. Start. Launch. Opening. Onset. Onset. Violence. Diatribe. Invasion. Onset. Stroke. Starting. Inception. Go off. Start. Outset. Onset. Risk. Danger. Chance. Gamble. Jeopardy. Hazard. Serving. Worship. Adoration. Paternoster. Service. Serving. Ministry. Office. Ministration. Serving. Attendance. Succession. Pursuit. Imitation. Following. Attending. Obedience. Accompanying. Compliance. Obesity. When someone is very fat in a way that is unhealthy. Enjoying. Worship. Serving. Tendance. Attention. Attending. Service. Endeavor. Repetition. serving, gesture of offering, handful, worshipping, serving, shaving, compliant, consequential, attending, consequent, accompanying, serving, dependent, portion, a part of something larger, especially a part that is different from the other parts, obeying, following, dependent, serving, torment, stress, tension, opposites ration, persecution, pressure and attempt to persuade someone by using influence, arguments, or threats, and pressure, a way of working or living that causes you a lot of anxiety, especially because you feel you have too many things to do. Pressure, events or conditions that cause changes and affect the way a situation develops, especially in economics or politics. Pressure, the force or weight that is being put onto something. Pressure, the force produced by the quantity of gas or liquid in a place or container. Pressure, a condition of the air in the Earth's atmosphere, which affects the weather. Aspiration, a strong desire to have or achieve something. Synonyms: ambition, aspiration, the sound of air blowing out that happens when some consonants are pronounced, such as the P in pin. Dash. Stress, stress. Disturbing, brunt, bear, take, suffer, etc., the brunt of something. Manhandling, to push or handle someone roughly. Manhandling, to move a heavy object using force, move. Strain, worry that is caused by having to deal with a problem or work too hard over a long period of time. Stress. Strain, a difficulty or problem that is caused when a person, relationship, organization, or system has too much to do or too many problems to deal with. Strain, a situation in which something is being pulled or pushed, or is holding weight, and so might break or become damaged. Strain, an injury to a muscle or part of your body that is caused by using it too much. Strain, a type of animal, plant, or disease. Strain, a particular quality which people have, especially one that is passed from parents to children. Dash. Strain, an amount of a feeling that you can see in the way someone speaks, writes, paints, etc. See. Impact, the effect or influence that an event, situation, etc. has on someone or something. Impact, the force of one object hitting another. Pounding, the action or the sound of something hitting a surface very hard many times. Pounding, the action or sound of your heart beating. Crushing, very hard to deal with, and making you lose hope and confidence. Crushing, a crushing remark, reply, etc. contains a very strong criticism. Squeeze, to press something firmly together with your fingers or hand. Lie. Squeeze, to get liquid from something by pressing it. Squeeze, to try to make something fit into a space that is too small, or to try to get into such a space. Synonyms: squash, squeeze, to succeed, win, or pass a test by a very small amount so that you only just avoid failure. Grinding, very difficult and unpleasant, and never seeming to improve. Grinding, a grinding noise is the continuous unpleasant noise of machinery parts rubbing together. Pressing. Shock, if something that happens is a shock, you did not expect it, and it makes you feel very surprised and usually upset. Shock, the feeling of surprise and disbelief you have when something very unexpected happens, especially something bad or frightening. Shock, a medical condition in which someone looks pale and their heart and lungs are not working correctly, usually after a sudden very unpleasant experience. Shock, a sudden unexpected change which threatens the economic situation, way of life, or traditions of a group of people, used especially in news reports. Traditions. Shock, violent shaking caused for example by an explosion or earthquake. Affliction, something that causes pain or suffering, especially a medical condition. Stress, continuous feelings of worry about your work or personal life, that prevent you from relaxing. Strain, From. Stress the physical force or pressure on an object. Stress the special attention or importance given to a particular idea, fact, or activity. Synonyms. Emphasis. Stress the degree of force or loudness with which a part of a word is pronounced or a note in music is played, which makes it sound stronger than other parts or notes. Force. Forcing. Coercion. Enforcement. Compulsion. A strong and unreasonable desire to do something. Compel. Strong. Compulsion. The act of forcing or influencing someone to do something they do not want to do. Compel. Force. Display of force. Use of force. Insistence. When you demand that something should happen and refuse to let anyone say no. Emphasis. Special attention or importance. Emphasis. Special importance that is given to a word or phrase by saying it louder or higher, or by printing it in a special way. Stress. Force. Strength. The physical power and energy that makes someone strong. Opposites. Weakness. Strength. The quality of being brave or determined in dealing with difficult or unpleasant situations. Strength. How strong a feeling, belief, or relationship is. Synonyms. Depth, strong. Strength. The political, military, or economic power of an organization, country, or system. Strength of. Strength. A particular quality or ability that gives someone or something an advantage. Opposites. Weakness. Strength. How strong an object or structure is, especially its ability to last for a long time without breaking. Opposites. Weakness. Strength. How strong a substance or mixture is. Strength. The number of people in a team, army, etc. Strength. The value of a country's money when compared to other countries' money. Power. The ability or right to control people or events. Powerful, powerless. Power. The ability to influence people or give them strong feelings. Strong. Power. A country that is strong and important and can influence events, or that has a lot of military strength. Power. The ability of a lens, for example in a pair of glasses or a microscope, to make things look bigger. Power. The right or authority to do something. Power. A natural or special ability to do something. Power. Energy that can be used to make a machine work or to make electricity. Accent. The way someone pronounces the words of a language, showing which country or which part of a country they come from. Dialect. Accent. The part of a word that you should emphasize when you say it. Synonyms. Stress accent on. Accent. A written mark used above or below particular letters in some languages to show how to pronounce that letter. Overrun. To take more time or money than intended. Overrun. If a place is overrun by unwanted things or people, they spread over it in great numbers. Overrun. If a place is overrun by soldiers, they take control of it. Torment. Severe mental or physical suffering. Torment. Someone or something that makes you suffer a lot. Torment. To make someone suffer a lot, especially mentally. Torment. To deliberately treat someone cruelly by annoying them or hurting them. Synonyms. Torture. Agonize. To think about a difficult decision very carefully and with a lot of effort. Agonize. All the way home she agonized about what she should do. Exercise. Physical activities that you do in order to stay healthy and become stronger. Exercise. A movement or set of movements that you do regularly to keep your body healthy. Exercise. An activity or process that helps you practice a particular skill. Exercise. A set of questions and a book that test a student's knowledge or skill. Exercise. An activity or situation that has a particular quality or result. Exercise. A set of activities for training soldiers, etc. Press. Res. To treat a group of people unfairly or cruelly, and prevent them from having the same rights that other people in society have. Res. To make someone feel unhappy, worried, or uncomfortable. grasp. To take and hold something firmly. Synonyms. Grip, take. Grasp. To completely understand a fact or an idea, especially a complicated one. Grip. The way you hold something tightly, or your ability to do this. Grip. Power and control over someone or something. Grip. An understanding of something. Govern. To officially and legally control a country and make all the decisions about taxes, laws, public services, etc. Synonyms. Rule. Govern. If rules, principles, etc. govern the way a system or situation works, they control how it happens. Steer. To control the direction a vehicle is going, for example by turning a wheel. Steer. To guide someone's behavior or the way a situation develops. Steer. To be in charge of an organization, team, etc. and make decisions that help it to be successful, especially during a difficult time. Comma. Steer. To guide someone to a place, especially while touching them. Rule. An official instruction that says how things must be done or what is allowed, especially in a game, organization, or job. Rule. What you should do in a particular situation, or a statement about this. Rule. Something that is normal or usually true. Rule. The government of a country or area by a particular group of people or using a particular system. Wield. Wield power, influence, authority, etc. Power. Wield. To hold a weapon or tool that you are going to use. Administrate. Insist. To say firmly and often that something is true, especially when other people think it may not be true. Firm. Insist. To demand that something should happen. Force a group of people who have been trained to do military work for a government or other organization. Force the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Force weapons or ordinary weapons. Force military action used as a way of achieving your aims. Force violent physical action used to get what you want. Force the amount of physical power with which something moves or hits another thing. Strength. Force a natural power or event. Force a group of people who have been trained and organized to do a particular job. Force something or someone who is powerful and has a lot of influence on the way things happen. Force the powerful effect that something has on you. The onset of something, the beginning of something, especially something bad. Difference. Variety. Diversity. Diversity. The fact of including many different types of people or things. Diversity. A range of different people, things, or ideas. Synonyms. Variety. Multicolor. Multicolor. Change. To become different, or to make something become different. Change. Stop doing or using one thing, and start doing or using something else instead. Synonyms. Switch. Change. To put or use something new or different in place of something else, especially because it is old, damaged, or broken. Change. To take off your clothes and put on different ones. Change. To take the dirty sheets off a bed and put on clean ones. Change. To take back to a shop something that you have bought and get something different instead, especially because there is something wrong with it. Synonyms. Exchange. Beauty, a quality that people, places, or things have that makes them very attractive to look at. Beauty, a woman who is very beautiful. Beauty, a quality that something such as a poem, song, emotion, etc. has that gives you pleasure or joy. Beauty, a very good, large, etc. example of something you should have seen. The boat, a real beauty. Variety. Difference. Distinction. A clear difference or separation between two similar things. Distinction. The quality of being excellent and important. Distinction. The quality of being special in some way. Distinction. A special mark given to a student whose work is excellent. Dissimulation. Inequality. An unfair situation, in which some groups in society have more money, opposites, opportunities, power, etc. than others. Opposites. Equality. Odds. Kind. one of the different types of a person or thing that belong to the same group. Synonyms: sort, type, kind. Saying or doing things that show that you care about other people and want to help them or make them happy. Opposites: unkind, kind, not causing harm or suffering. Manner: the way in which something is done or happens. Manner: the way in which someone behaves towards or talks to other people. Genre: a particular type of art, writing, music, etc., which has certain features that all examples of this type share. Sort: a group or class of people, things, etc. that have similar qualities or features. Synonyms: type, kind. Sort: if a computer does a sort, it puts things in a particular order. Sort: someone who has a particular type of character, and is therefore likely to behave in a particular way. Synonyms: type. Form: a particular type of something that exists in many different varieties. Form: the way something is or appears to be. Form: a shape. Form: an official document with spaces where you write information, especially about yourself. Form: the structure of a work of art or piece of writing, rather than the ideas it expresses. Events it describes, etc. Form: how well a sportsperson, team, musician, etc. is performing, or has performed recently. Form: if someone has form. They are known to the police because they have committed crimes in the past. Variety. Distinction. Difference: a way in which two or more people or things are not like each other. Opposites. Similarity. Difference: the amount by which one thing is greater or smaller than another. Odds: difficulties which make a good result seem very unlikely. Odds: the numbers that show how much money you will win if you bet on the winner of a horse race or other competition. Show. Disparity: a difference between two or more things, especially an unfair one. Parity. 1. Odd. Distinction: a clear difference or separation between two similar things. Distinction: the quality of being excellent and important. Distinction: the quality of being special in some way. Distinction: a special mark given to a student whose work is excellent. Individuality: the qualities that make someone or something different from other things or people. Peculiarity: something that is a feature of only one particular place, person, situation, etc. Peculiarity: a strange or unusual habit, quality, etc. Peculiarity: the quality of being strange or unfamiliar. Excess: a larger amount of something than is allowed or needed. Type: one member of a group of people or things that have similar features or qualities. Type: a person who has, or seems to have, a particular character. Intense: having a very strong effect or felt very strongly felt. Intense: intense activity is very serious, uses a lot of effort, and often involves doing a great deal in a very short time. Intense: someone who is intense is serious and has very strong feelings or opinions, used to show disapproval feelings. Severe: severe problems, injuries, illnesses, etc. are very bad or very serious. Severe: severe weather is very bad and very extreme, and very hot, dry, cold, etc. Severe: a severe punishment is very strict or extreme. Severe: severe criticism is very extreme and shows that you think someone has done something very badly. Severe: very difficult and needing a lot of effort and skill. Severe: someone who is severe behaves in a way that does not seem friendly or sympathetic, and is very strict or disapproving. Synonyms: stern. Severe: very plain with little or no decoration. Acute. Exquisite: extremely beautiful and very delicately made. Exquisite: very sensitive and delicate in the way you behave or do things. Sharp. Bitter: feeling angry, jealous, and upset because you think you have been treated unfairly. Bitterly. Bitter. making you feel very unhappy and upset. Bitterly, bitter disappointment. Blow. Bitter. A bitter argument, battle, etc. is one in which people opposites oppose or criticize each other with strong feelings of hate and anger. Strong. Bitter. Having a strong sharp taste, like black coffee without sugar. Sour, sweet. Having. Bitter. Unpleasantly cold. Bitterly lie. Fine. Risk. The possibility that something bad, unpleasant, or dangerous may happen. Subtle. Delicate. Needing to be dealt with carefully or sensitively in order to avoid problems or failure. Delicate. Easily damaged or broken. Synonyms. Fragile. Discerning. Showing the ability to make good judgments, especially about art, music, style, etc. Synonyms. Discriminating. Acute. Extraordinary. Very unusual or surprising. Extraordinary. Very much greater or more impressive than usual. Synonyms. Incredible. Odd. Different from what is normal or expected, especially in a way that you disapprove of or cannot understand. Odd. Not specially chosen or collected. Odd. Separated from a pair or set. Scabrous. Rude or shocking, especially in a sexual way. Scabrous. Scabrous skin is rough, not soft. Complicated. Difficult to understand or deal with, because many parts or details are involved. Synonyms. Complex. Complicated. Consisting of many closely connected parts. Synonyms. Complex. Violent, involving actions that are intended to injure or kill people, by hitting them, shooting them, etc. Violent. Someone who is violent is likely to attack, hurt, or kill other people. Synonyms. Aggressive. Violent, showing very strong angry emotions or opinions. Angry, showing violent. Violent feelings are strong and very difficult to control. Difficult. Serving. An amount of food that is enough for one person. Deep. Going far down from the top or from the surface. Opposites. Shallow. Deep. You use deep to say what distance something goes down from the top or surface. Deep. Going far in from the outside or from the front edge of something. Deep. Serious or severe. Deep. A deep breath or sigh is one in which you breathe a lot of air in or out. Deep. A deep feeling, belief, etc. is very strong and sincere. Synonyms. Profound, and deep. A deep sound is very low. Deep. Deep color is dark and strong. Opposites. Light, pale. Deep. Important but complicated or difficult to understand. Profound. Having a strong influence or effect. Profound. Showing strong serious feelings. Synonyms. Deep. Profound. Showing great knowledge and understanding. Synonyms. Deep. Profound. Deep or far below the surface of something. Synonyms. Deep. Profound. Complete. Root. The part of a plant or tree that grows under the ground and gets water from the soil. Root. The main cause of a problem. Root. The origin or main part of something such as a custom, law, activity, etc. from which other things have developed. Root. The part of a tooth, hair, etc. that connects it to the rest of your body. Root. Technical. The basic part of a word which shows its main meaning, to which other parts can be added. For example, the word coldness is formed from the root cold and the suffix ness. Stem. For. Root. Technical. A number that, when multiplied by itself a certain number of times, equals the number that you have. Grave. The place in the ground where a dead body is buried. Tomb. Grave. Grave problems, situations, or worries are very great or bad, serious. Dense. Made of or containing a lot of things or people that are very close together. Synonyms. thick. Dense, difficult to see through or breathe in. Dense, not able to understand things easily. Synonyms: stupid. Dense. A dense piece of writing is difficult to understand because it contains a lot of information or uses complicated language. Piercing. Pointed. Having a point at the end. Point. A single fact, idea, or opinion that is part of an argument or discussion. Point. The purpose or aim of something. Point. A particular place or position. Point. An exact moment, time, or stage in the development of something. Point. A particular quality or feature that something or someone has. Penetrating. Showing an ability to understand things quickly and completely. Penetrating. Penetrating look, eyes, gaze, etc. Penetrating. Spreading and reaching everywhere. Penetrating. A penetrating sound is loud, clear, and often unpleasant. Shrewd. Good at judging what people or situations are really like. Shrewd. Well judged and likely to be right. Keen. Harsh. Harsh conditions are difficult to live in and very uncomfortable. Synonyms: severe. Harsh. Severe, cruel, or unkind. Harsh. Unpleasantly loud and rough. Opposites: soft. Harsh. Unpleasantly bright. Opposites: soft. Harsh. Ugly and unpleasant to look at. Harsh. Too strong and likely to damage the thing you are cleaning. Hot. Something that is hot has a high temperature, used about weather, places, food, drink, or objects. Opposites: cold. About. Hot. Food that tastes hot has a burning taste because it contains strong spices. Opposites: mild. Hot. Something or someone that is hot is very popular or fashionable, and everyone wants to use them, see them, buy them, etc. Cutting. Acute. Perforate. To make a hole or holes in something. Poignant. Making you feel sad or full of pity. Quick. Discerning. Showing the ability to make good judgments, especially about art, music, style, etc. Synonyms: discriminating. Piercing. Someone with piercing eyes is looking at you and seems to know what you are thinking. Piercing. A sound that is piercing is high, sharp, and unpleasant. Piercing. A piercing wind is very cold. Piercing. Causing a lot of pain. Piercing. Affecting your feelings very deeply in a sad way. Towering. Very tall. Towering. Much better than other people of the same kind. Synonyms: outstanding. Tremendous. Onslaught. A large violent attack by an army. Onslaught. Strong criticism of someone. Storm. A period of very bad weather when there is a lot of rain or snow, strong winds, and often lightning. Storm. A situation in which people suddenly express very strong feelings about something that someone has said or done. Storm. To suddenly attack and enter a place using a lot of force. Storm. To go somewhere in a noisy, fast way that shows you are extremely angry. Intense. Having a very strong effect or felt very strongly felt. Intense. Intense activity is very serious, uses a lot of effort, and often involves doing a great deal in a very short time. Intense. Someone who is intense is serious and has very strong feelings or opinions, used to show disapproval feelings. Sharp. Having a very thin edge or point that can cut things easily. Opposites: blunt. Sharp. A sharp increase, rise, fall, etc. happens suddenly and is great in amount. Synonyms: steep. Sharp. Sharp differences are very big and very noticeable. Sharp. A sharp pain or feeling is sudden and severe. Opposites: dull. Sharp. Speaking in a way that shows you disapprove of something or are annoyed. Opposites: mild, sharp, able to think and understand things very quickly, and not easily deceived. Opposites: dull, stupid, sharp, having a very thin point that can draw an exact line. Opposites: blunt, having keen. Someone with a keen mind is quick to understand things. Keen. A keen feeling is one that is strong and deep. Strong. Keen. Used to describe a situation in which people strongly compete. Keen. Wanting to do something or wanting something to happen very much. Synonyms: eager, spiky. Hair that is spiky is stiff and stands up on top of your head. Spiky. Having long sharp points. Scrumptious. Food that is scrumptious tastes very good. Synonyms: delicious, classy, fashionable and expensive. Classy. Very good. Deuce. The situation in tennis when both players have 40 points, after which one of the players must win 2 more points to win the game. Dishi. Resounding. Resounding success, victory, defeat, etc. Round. Resounding. A resounding noise is so loud that it seems to continue for a few seconds. Additional. Extra. Spare. More. Excessive. Much more than is reasonable or necessary. Alternate. Alternate. Variable. Likely to change, often vary. Variable. Sometimes good and sometimes bad. Variable. Able to be changed. Moving. Making you feel strong emotions, especially sadness or sympathy. Strong. Moving. Changing from one position to another. Changeable. Likely to change, or changing often. Opposites. Reliable. Unstable. Likely to change suddenly and become worse. Instability, ability. Unstable. Something that is unstable is likely to move or fall. Unstable. Someone who is unstable changes very suddenly so that you do not know how they will react or behave. Volatile. A volatile situation is likely to change suddenly and without warning. Opposites. Stable. Volatile. Someone who is volatile can suddenly become angry or violent. Intermittent, street. Opposite, singing, starting often and for short periods. Synonyms: sporadic, remitment, remit. To send a payment. Remit. To free someone from a debt or punishment in remitting debtry. Flared. To suddenly begin to burn, or to burn more brightly for a short time. Flared. If strong feelings flare or flare up, people suddenly become angry, violent, etc. Comma. Flared. If a disease or illness flares up, it suddenly becomes worse. Flared. If a person or animal flares their nostrils, or if their nostrils flare, their nostrils become wider because they are angry. Flared. If a piece of clothing flares out, it becomes wider at one end. Restless, unwilling to keep still or stay where you are, especially because you are nervous or bored. Synonyms: fidgety, restless, unwilling to stay in one place, and always wanting new experiences. Alternate: if something happens on alternate days, weeks, etc., it happens on one day, etc., and not the next, and continues in this pattern every other. Dash. Alternate: two alternate things are placed one after the other in a regular pattern. Alternate: used to replace another thing of the same type. Synonyms: alternative, troubled, worried or anxious. Troubled. Having many problems. Hectic. Very busy or full of activity. Hectic. If your face is a hectic color, it is very pink. Choppy. Ch. Opposites: why water has a lot of waves and is not smooth to sail on. Waves. Defend. To do something in order to protect someone or something from being attacked. Defend. To use arguments to protect something or someone from criticism, or to prove that something is right. Opposites. Attack. Defend. To do something in order to stop something from being taken away or in order to make it possible for something to continue. Defend. To protect your own team's end of the field in a game such as football, in order to prevent your opponents from getting points. Opposites. Attack. Defend. To take part in a competition that you won the last time it was held, and try to win it again. Defend. To be a lawyer for someone who has been charged with a crime. Opposites. Prosecute. Preserved. To save something or someone from being harmed or destroyed. Preservation. Preserved. To make something continue without changing. Preserved. To store food for a long time after treating it so that it will not decay. Saved. To make someone or something safe from danger, harm, or destruction. Rescue. Saved. To keep money in a bank so that you can use it later. Especially when you gradually add more money over a period of time. Saved. To use less money, time, energy, etc. so that you do not waste any. Opposites. Waste. Saved. To keep something so that you can use or enjoy it in the future. Saved. To keep all the objects of a particular kind that you can find, so that you can use them. Saved. To help someone by making it unnecessary for them to do something that they do not want to do. Saved. To stop people from using something so that it is available for someone else. Saved. To make a computer keep the work that you have done on it. Saved. To stop the other team from scoring in a game such as football,